it was interesting. I experienced a little bit of backlash on, well, Get Smart wasn't a remake. It was an adaptation. But Carell and I, when we did that, we wanted to make it a little more grounded and have the action be a little more masculine and muscular, as opposed to just playing the jokes. And some fans of the original series said, hey, the original's goofier. You guys are, you got comedy, but you got real action in there. It's not the same tone. And I remember Chris Rock, ironically, wanted to play Maxwell Smart. This is before I knew Chris or knew that he was interested in that. But after the movie came out, we had already done Longest Yard at that point, and he called me and said, you stuck to that tone. I love it. And that's brave. And I didn't understand what he meant. I said, what do you mean? But then I, heard the fans talking, and it's like, yeah, when you mess with a tone of something, sometimes you can get some friction. Ironically, then look at 21 Jump Street. That was a straight up comedy. That's not what the original TV series was. People loved it. So it's interesting, when you can rub people the wrong way by just changing, some aspect of the original. Just a hair to the left or a hair to the right.
I wouldn't mind seeing Ibis, whatever his name is, Abbas, whatever his fucking name is.
Idris Elba.
I think, number one, he's English. I like that accent that he has, so it would still keep the patois. First time I saw The Longest Yard, we went to the Super Bowl. Do you remember that?
Which Longest Yard? Ours?
The remake.
Yeah.
Okay, and I didn't get flown in by Sony. Telemundo flew me in. Mm-hmm. Because Adam kept pushing me to the Latino market. So Telemundo put me in there, and they put me in a condo in between Nelly and Michael Irvin. And I remember that I think Bert was there. You were there. Did you go to the Super Bowl?
I did not.
It was a couple guys there, and I was like the odd man out because I wasn't there with the crew. I was there with Telemundo. And they did like a screening of the fucking trailer. And I gotta be honest with you, I went back to the room and I cried. When I saw Adam put his finger in his mouth and put his thing in the guy's ear, I nearly cried. I was never so embarrassed in my life. I go, you just ruined this tough guy movie with this fucking finger in the ear. I was pissed for about 3 days. Then I went to the second screening at Paramount. And then I started falling in love with it. I saw what had been done. And then I remembered that we're artists. I don't want to see the same movie. Mm-hmm. If you do a remake, I don't want to see the same movie. But I do want you to keep it in the same vein. Mm-hmm. That's all I ask you. Yep. Keep it in the same vein. The Death Wish they did with Bruce Willis, you disrespected Charles Bronson. You disrespected me when you did that. When you did The Mechanic with that guy, I love that guy. But he ain't no mechanic. You fucked it up. The mechanic was a guy that killed with precision. He didn't kill you with a bullet. He killed you by faking stuff. He did different things to you to kill you. So on the death certificate, it didn't come up like you died from that, and everybody got healthy. This guy's blowing up fucking buildings. That's not the fucking mechanic. Mm-hmm. That's not an illustration of me with the mechanic. I want to see the 2018 mechanic. This guy's got electronics. Charles Bronson, you know how the mechanic opens up?
No, not his.
It's a fucking 30-minute no line. Mr. S, not one fucking line. And it's Charles Bronson in downtown L.A., walks into a hotel, checks in, Mosley goes into his room, sets up a telescope, watches this guy. This guy gets up, leaves for the day, and Charles Bronson goes back in, and you see Charles Bronson stuffing his tea bags, getting one of his favorite books, sticking glue balls in books, and the guy comes back, and sure enough, he puts the fucking tea on, and it was sleeping pills in the tea, and the guy lays down, and Charles Bronson takes the rifle. This is after 20 minutes. There's not one fucking line. The director's sucking you the fuck in. And all of a sudden, they show Charles Bronson points at the book in the thing, and he shoots a bullet at the book, and the building blows up. And the next day, there was a fire, and the guy dies. Nobody knows. That's how articulate he was. He found out another guy had a heart condition. So he took him golfing, and he had somebody shoot at him. So when the guy ran, he died of a heart attack. when they did the remake, they didn't use that. They just showed me a guy that what would do in 2018, blow people up. That's not the mechanic. So I appreciate a lot of things from remakes, and there's a lot of things from remakes that go a little bit too over. I like Get Smart. I grew up on Agent 99. I wanted to fuck her too. When I came from Cuba, I wanted to fuck her, Diana Rigg, and marry Tyler Moore. They were all going to get dick when I got older. You know what I'm saying?
That's a nice sandwich.
That's how I learned how to speak English, by watching Dick Van Dyke, by watching all those shows. So I felt Diana Rigg was on a show when I was a kid that was a brilliant English show. And even though I didn't like English accents then, it was tougher for me to understand an English accent. Diana Rigg was on a show that was on Channel 9 in New York City. Channel 9 is also known for having the Mets and...
The Avengers?
The Avengers. See, she came. They did a remake of that.
Yep.
The Avengers was her and a little English dude.
Right.
And she would do a bunch of crazy shit.
It's not Captain America, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's not, it's not superheroes.
Fucking America, all right? It's fucking the Avengers. But that's weird how you said that they're not... When I did Spider-Man 2, like, listen, let's be honest. Longest Yard in Santa Fe was as good as it gets in my world. The Smoothie Girls, the Umbrella Girls, the people fucking with Gabagool. They had a lady who came up to you with a tray of cold cuts. Do you understand me?
By the way, do you know why?
Why?
So we get there for training camp, and that's like the closest I got to playing Tom Landry, right? I'm walking around with my playbook, and all you guys are on the field training, right? In full pads. And I'm, I didn't have to play director that day, because Mark Ellis is running the football. We designed the plays together, but now he's getting everyone in shape. And you got, Bill Romanowski, who's acting like he's still playing. And he's like, to some actor who jogs by him, goes, hey, whose jersey was untucked, tuck that shit in. And he was taking it seriously. And, it was unbelievable. But one day, it was actually that same afternoon, clouds in the sky, looked like a storm was rolling in, and Sandler was pissed. He said, it's Bernardi, our producer. He calls him over.
Michael.
Barry.
Barry Bernardi.
And he says, what do you not see out on that field? He goes, I don't know. What do you see? Bunch of guys in football uniforms. Right. No girls. I want water girls. I want girls bringing around cold cuts. I want these guys to be happy. And Barry looked at me like, what the fuck? And I'm like, it's not a bad idea.
We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.